Finally, my dummy 13 dog or canine or Lucky 13 has many names has arrived from Timu. And I'll try not to bore you with my voice. So let's put some energy in it. Yeah, let's go. And here is the guide that no one reads or looks at. And this is the purpose of this video, so you can watch instead of reading guides. So let's begin. I already cut out all the pieces and assembled it in the order as somebody previous asked that they wanted to see all the pieces together on the table. So here we have it, all the pieces laid out nicely for you to see. As you can see, the black pieces are the skeletal pieces and the color pieces are the exterior skin pieces with the covering of the dog. We will start with the two pieces of the body. We'll start with the body skeletal pieces. As you can see, they're easily interlocked into each other. The ball and the hook joint both connect into the socket. If you look closely, there's two little pins pointing out. Just take note of that. Next, we're going to take these two small ball joints and connect it to the top two pieces of the skeletal body. You'll see there's two openings on top. Some figurines of the canine don't have these holes because they're already integrated with the skeletal body piece. Next, we will move on to the upper back piece covering to attach it to the skeletal body. The point that was showed you earlier on of the back skeletal. So we're going to connect those pieces together. Next, we're going to take the lower back piece and connect it to the spine of the back below the upper back piece that's connected already. As you can see, there's a hole there and an opening on the back piece, and you connect those two parts together. Remember to make the pointy side face up. As you can see that there's an opening at the back of the opposite side for the joint piece to stick out for the tail that will later be attached. If the pointy part is facing the wrong way, it will prevent the back from bending back and forth. So you make sure that the point is facing onto the upper back piece. Next, we will move on to the neck joint. This clips simply into the upper part of the back. Very easy, hook and ball joint connecting together. Remember when connecting the neck joint that the pin on the neck is facing upwards, because later we'll be connecting the neck covering onto the pin. These are the different head shapes and sizes, but we'll look at this later after we connect the neck piece first. So we're taking the neck covering and connecting it to the pin on the skeletal piece of the neck. Next, we're going to connect the head shapes together. There's two heads, so the lower piece and the upper piece of the head that connects together to form a whole head. It's one pointy ear and one bent ear. I don't know if that's a female and a male version. You can decide which head to attach, up to you, it's your choice. But they both fit the same, so connect the head socket to the neck ball joint together and we'll have the full body part and neck connected with the head. Let's move on to the tail, so we can have more space for the other pieces to combine. As it's simple, we just connect all the ball joints and socket joints together in one line and with the tail pointy piece at the end. Very simple. As you can see, once completed, it can bend nicely, like a skeletal tail basically. It reminds me of that guy from Bleach with the red hair. I think his name is Reggie or Renji, with his skeletal weapon that can move all shapes and sizes and ways. Okay, let's move on to the leg. And all the legs are the same. Doesn't matter which leg we start. But there is a technique when compiling these legs together, and I'll show you why. So the covering of the leg of the dog is on top and the skeletal bone structure is at the bottom. As follows, there's a hook joint, then a 3-shaped joint it looks like a butterfly, or 3. That's for the knees, and then it's a leg, little piece for the leg, and another hook joint for the foot. So we're going to take the upper hook joint that attaches to the hip, we're going to attach it to the 3-shaped joint. It looks like a butterfly. So we're going to connect it into the hole. We're then going to take the leg piece, there's a hole there on either side as you can see. Hook the 3-shaped joint into the hole, so it's connected as one, and then we're going to take the last hook joint and connect it to the end piece of the leg. Once everything is connected, it should look like this. Just remember the pointy side is the knee, the pin that points out, that's the kneecap, and that's the direction of where the foot is going to bend, or the leg is going to bend. We're going to move on to the covering of the leg. I'm going to start with the hip piece. It attaches up to the upper leg bone. There's holes for the attachment to the covering to attach to. We're then going to use the covering for the leg. There's 2 holes on either side, so there's 4 holes. That's deciding which cover piece you want to be shown on what side of the leg. So you can decide if you want to make it the right leg or the left leg. Just make it all on the same side. So that's one leg on the one side as indicated. We're going to attach the kneecap to the knee where that pin is. That's for the knee covering. We're going to take these 2 small pieces and attach them together, the heel and the toes, to make the foot. We're then going to attach the feet to the leg of the pin, that upside down hook that is attached to the leg, and combine them together, and there you have one full leg of the dog, K9, Lucky 13, whatever you want to call him. We're going to attach the leg to the body now by the hip joint. Now we move on to the next leg. As you can see, it's still lined up same as the previous leg. Joints are all the same, nothing different except for the positioning of the kneecap. So we do the same process of hooking the 3-shaped knee joint in the leg and the hook joints. Same process as before. We're going to flip the legs around so the knee bend is facing to the back for the front legs, because you want your dog to crouch and bend. If his legs are facing the other way, it won't be able to. So we do the same process but with the covering attachments, but with the knee facing the opposite direction. We're going to attach the front legs now to the ball joint. And there you have it, half a dog with the half of the legs on. One is facing left and the other one's facing right, or are you going to say one is facing inner and one is facing outer? This is the example I was trying to elaborate and explain to you. Hope you took notice and watch the full video so you didn't miss out. We're going to connect the tail now, where there's a back ball joint for the hooks to join onto, connect to in the opening, as you can see. Simple. Now that's done, just repeat the same process what you did with the legs on the opposite side, and you should have a dog that's fully capable of walking and running and doing whatever you want to do with the dog. If you don't like the dog's head, you can always change it to the other head with the crooked ears or the pointy ears, whichever you decide and what you like. So I like the pointy ears, but here's are snapshots of the dogs in different forms of the heads. And then the final shot is of the yellow guy next to the dog. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I hope that this guide actually helped you, and hopefully your dog is running about and doing its business.